Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bleeding Edge. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally, well I shouldn't say finally, this happened actually quite faster than I thought, but we have a brand new character which kind of came out of left field to me. He is MEKKO. He is titled at Advanced, and oh boy does he kind of feel it. Unlike the other ones, he genuinely feels a little bit complicated, a little bit like, oh shit, you're having like to hold 7 buttons with your like a claw grip on your controller, but I think it will compound in you being really helpful in this game specifically. A lot of his skills are like you pulling in one of your allies out of a shitty situation of getting like combo locked with melee, being able to pull him back and shit. Regardless, he's in the tank class. He's the first tank that is titled Advanced, and it says a ranged tank with limited mobility. Really? That's bullshit. Anyways, a ranged tank with limited mobility who can pull allies to a safe distance. MEKKO uses his shield to absorb damage into his orbs, which can power up other skills, which is nuts. So essentially, he's a dolphin, so his basic attack is a little sonic like waves, I guess, ranged waves. Cool. Now, unlike the others who have a dodge, he has a block which projects a bubble around you which regenerates a lot and actually has a lot of HP, which is nuts, that like you can have such little health to crazy amounts of health just by holding down a button, and this thing comes back pretty fast, so pretty nuts. But when we take damage, we actually build our orbs up, and those orbs can enhance our special abilities. But first, what are our special abilities? Well, we have Lifeline, which this one is really cool. Essentially, this allows you to take damage without necessarily being the person that's being focused, which is really good, or just gain more damage orbs just by being smart about using your abilities. Regardless, when you attach your Lifeline to someone, MEKKO shares the oncoming damage. So whenever you tether this to somebody, you should probably hold down your bubble when you see he's getting focused. And right before he dies, you're going to want to hit it again, and that will pull your ally to you. That is so genius in this game, where you can get stun locked into shit. You can pull your allies to you. Also, this has massive implications for trolling, because yeah, someone could like turn on the thing and pull you into fire. Yeah, well, hopefully it'll be okay. But if we actually have orbs at hand, we can actually give that person that we have it tethered to a shield, which is pretty nuts. It's a tiny little baby shield, but it could maybe go a long way. We'll see. Anyways, then we have Safety Zone. This is just a good AoE thing that gives your allies lifesteal, as well as a little bit of armor. Also, if you use one of your power-ups with this ability, it increases or decreases the healing gained by your enemies. So basically, it's like a, I don't know what it's called in MMOs, but yeah, basically it weakens their ability to heal. This one seems weird because I don't think it's that big of a radius to make it a problem. I feel like most people can just kind of stumble out of it and be fine. So I probably wouldn't suggest using that, just because I feel like it'd be super easy just to be like, let's not stay in this zone, you know? The good news is that it can't be broken. It's not like cool as pike that can be melted down. So yeah. But anyways, and then we have this one, which makes me so confused why they say he is not mobile. It's called Surge, which is you surge forward, knocking down enemies in your path. Now I'm talking you like bully people with this skill. You're just like on top of them, smacking them in the face, and they can't do anything. It's like you're grabbing somebody's hands and like punching themselves with it. It's ridiculous. Also, you move fast and you move vertically, all over the place, which is great. And when you activate this with one of your power-ups, it gives you lifesteal. Now we're gonna spend more time talking about all this stuff, because I doubt that we're gonna be able to get a game or a good one with him. But I'm also terrified that this is by far, of all the characters, seems like the most going on. Like, to the point where it's like, I don't even know. There's so many things you can think about with this character, with his abilities, that just make your mind melt. Like, the idea that this one skill, well, I guess we can simplify it by saying, okay, you just want to basically take as much damage with your bubble shield, and use Lifeline to make that even more damage, so that you can have your orbs up. But each of these skills do a very specific thing, but then if you add the addition of your power-ups, then they do almost a completely other thing. So for instance, Surge can be a great skill that is used to get like tanks or DPSs off of your healer, because it just pushes them back constantly. But you can also change this if you have a power orb to be a get out of dodge, to basically when you're in too deep, leave and heal as well. So that can also be what that skill could be used for, and they're both perfectly used for those things, you know? So it's like each skill has two types of things that they could be good at doing. And that requires you to address the situation, understand what's happening, and then use each like thing in tandem, which is going to be a lot to wrap your head around, I think. And then we have, I guess it's as complicated as you want it to be. I guess you could just kind of forget about the power-ups and just kind of use the base skills normally and then start thinking about the power-ups, which I think is probably what I'll do. I'll probably try to use the abilities as best I can and then maybe try to figure out what the power-ups do and that what could maybe be an advantage. Yeah. Anyways, his specials or supers, he has Sonic Barrage, which is pretty cool. It's very similar to Surge, except it's more of an AoE thing, greater radius. It also says it deals heavy damage and pushes enemies back. That's a lie. It doesn't deal that much damage at all. It does push people back quite a bit. And then we have this one, Exclusion Bubble. This is pretty interesting. Traps an enemy into a bubble. Pretty cool. Bubbled enemies cannot take damage, but their team can destroy the bubble. This one is all about if you're dealing with stupid teammates, basically. But I also don't know how you break the bubble. If it's like a melee person has to go up and hit it, or if you can just shoot in the general direction and your bullets will hit him. I don't know, kind of depends. But if I wanted to like take the healer and bubble him and then like use my surge to push him out of the way, like way off sight, and that way everyone's like, where is our healer? And then the healer's just basically stuck for a couple seconds. Well, we're hopefully dealing enough damage to melt everyone down. Could be really crazy. But anyways, let us play or showcase these abilities in tandem. I just thought they were like really a lot. So anyways, if say he's going for what would we call it? Zero Cool. So we can pull Zero Cool to us a crazy distance, getting him out of dodge entirely. Now also, this character has a ranged attack, which is nuts. Now we do no damage, and I mean no damage, but the fact that is the case means we're always dealing damage, period, which can compound like crazy. Again, I really don't like the melee kind of shit in this game because I find it's just terrible. Also, I probably should have given that to somebody else. But see, we're gaining our little blue water orbs are getting increased. Anyways, we could also do one of these, which would give our characters lifesteal, which is pretty great. And yeah, also if I wanted to do this and I activate my bubble, you guys can also see that we're gaining. Oh, well, let's make Zero Cool passive. He may die, but I thought this would be a better example of like showing you guys. I equipped the wrong person, regardless. We could also do this, add our bubble, and because we're tethered, if he ever does hit her, we're gonna be gaining aggro. Well, no, he's not able to get a hit, but you get the point. Anyway. Okay, now we add our bubble. Please melee at some point. There we go. There we go. See, we got our first ability, and we can pull her back if we're terrified or not, whatnot. Boom. And then there's this ability, Surge, which just allows you to bully people, like just super bad. You can push them into environmental effects, although it doesn't seem like you can push people off ledges, which is quite annoying. But you can push them into fire and shit like that. Maybe you can't even push them off like certain edges, but yeah, others I found that you couldn't. Regardless, we put down this, and we have lifesteal, which gives us a little more tankiness. We can put up our shield when he starts hitting us, so that we can gain more of this. And then there are a couple that I feel like I should use in tandem, which is basically holding down my barrier and then adding, well, I didn't, that's really stupid. I was looking directly at him, but it put it over there for whatever reason. Anyways, we gave him a bubble, which is a pretty good use of our one ability. Yes. There we go. So we broke our bubble shield. Now that's a bad thing. You don't want to do it because it takes a while to actually even just start regenerating. So you want to make sure you stop before it completely shatters, because then you'll pay for it greatly. But I just want to get a little more hits in. Okay, so the other one that I think could be really good is, say if you're like really low on health, just holding your bubble and then hitting this, and then you'll leave, and we're regenerating health this whole time, and it's also a fairly decent amount of health. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us never get a game, because this is day 2 of this character being out, and I could see everyone just fighting to pick him, which is of course a bit unfortunate. Now I did actually want to look into his skills, not because I wanted to see his skills, because I wanted to see if he had any special skins and stuff like that. Also, I don't know what he transforms into. Oh, also, one thing I didn't show is that like that surge that allows us to like travel like crazy. We can jump into the air, and that actually we stay that height as we're surging around. So it's a pretty good way of like to get out of dodge. Anyways, I wanted to check out skins. Does he have any special ones, or just colored changes, which is pretty shitty? But maybe, you know, no, just different color alterations. Although I do like that one. Coral. Coral looks disgusting. Why do most of the normal ones look better than the others? Weird, but okay. Also, we can do that. Alright. Alright. And then this. Alright. Also, he's a very big, deep-voiced Japanese man. which is interesting. Anyways, also this. Boom, 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 boom. This is also what I wanted to look at, but I'll read that in editing. If you guys want to read it, then feel free to. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us jump into it. We may get dead, because this character, I feel like, having read all of the other characters' kind of like effects, like Kuliv, who's titled Advanced and etc., he seems genuinely like a lot. Like too much. Like, okay, so if I do this and that, and I have to wait till this situation to use that. Well, but what if I have this weird claw grip on my controller because it's kind of fucking weird to shoot, as well as hold up my bubble, which you can also do. But then almost all the things you can do well with your skills active and your bubble active at the same time. So you probably should be making best use of that if you want. And don't forget to put a lifeline onto your allies when they're taking damage, and then put your bubble up, even though you may not be taking damage because you're taking 40% of that damage, which can add up to your passive. Now the question is, will I have enough time to pick his ass? Maybe, probably not. I'm the first one there. Have their load bar full. Yeah. Yes, I got it! Fuck yeah! They're gonna hate me. Cause yeah, I'm that asshole who picked him immediately, but I can't help it. I know that's what I'm also afraid of, is that they're gonna be like, hey asshole, why did you pick him? And I'm like, listen man, I wanted to play with a new character. Wait, do I not have? Oh no, I do. I just don't move fast when it comes to this. I guess I move kind of fast. Never mind. Weird. You don't actually have like a transform thing. Very strange. I'm not sure if he's upset at me because I picked the new character. Now, will I be good with this character? Probably not. But you know, we can hope. We can hope and try, but mostly try, but hope as well. Also, look at his badass goddamn thing. He's got like a punk rocker thing. Also, his design is amazing. Also, I don't know what it is with like hero shooters and the name MEKKO, because I played 3, I think, where they pick that name as for a person. But anyways, what a cute little dolphin. Be afraid more. We have a healer. I like the team comp quite a bit. Also, I'm a little bit lagging behind. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wow, he got destroyed. And I'm talking destroyed.
Objectives activated.
Objective A is lost.
Whoa, nice stun. Hella good stun. Hell with that range, dude. Hell yeah, we did not get A. We just got killing. We were very bloodthirsty, but anyways. Hell yeah. All right. But this is like, you are guardian angel with this character quite a little bit. I should look and see when they're coming in. Oh, they're just standing there. Oh, but they're grouping up really well though. Big yikes. I definitely try to focus on Kuliv. I'm trying to knock her out of her special little siphon thing. Focus on Kuliv. Trying to watch my thing. Get him! Get him! Oh, that's stuff. Oh, you got fucking melted. Kuliv put a dot on you, and then Nidhogan just wrecked. Woo! Woo! Oh, and she's just chilling.
Objectives activated.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it's real bad. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me all that lovely stuff. Perfect. Melt her! Well done! I slightly helped. Only slightly. Ooh, focus on Kuliv. Focus on Kuliv. I want to put this here. Why am I not locked onto the right person? There we go. Yeah, focus on him. Oh, I tried to knock her out of it in time. I failed. I failed you. Oh, you broke your tether. You broke your tether. All right, well, I focused the wrong person. I keep trying to like put my tether on the right person, and it's just like, no. How about you stop? Definitely want to try to get you. Oh, you fucking blocked me so I couldn't do the things. That's some bullshit. Oh, I'm gonna die for it. It's fine. It was worth it. I got the gunner chick. I don't know. I think they did mess with Gizmo, which is gonna make me sad. I think she did nerf. They nerfed some things for her. I thought they nerfed the bear though, not her. Which that kind of makes sense because I think the fact that you basically could become a tank and also were a really good DPS was a bit nuts. Yeah. Although, I believe in you, allies. Let me tether you so that I can make it so that you can stay in the fight a little longer. Ooh. Give you a shield, buddy. Oh, yeah, I died. That makes sense. I was kind of all over the place there. I did use one of my abilities in proper tandem. Kulov was about to die, and I threw a big ass. Actually, it is a fair amount of shield that you give it to him with when you have a power up. So I did save Kulov's ass, but I probably should have won up there with him and healed because I don't think I was doing really well in damage. It's so weird though to try to find out what how much health you actually have and shit. Are we going to objective A? Okay. Ah, I see. I see the time. I'm trying to go. Ooh, it's kind of like a little bit of a fucky situation.
Objectives activated.
Why? I'm looking at. Oh my god, I hate it so much. I was trying to put that on fucking our assassin guy, but it didn't really happen. Also, I did not mean to use one of my abilities. I was just trying to use my bubble and all that. I should be by Kulov. Kind of playing a little stupid here. There we go. Make sure we have this capped still. Die, old woman! Die, old woman! You crazy old thing! I'll get ya, you son of a bitch! Yeah! That's a bit nuts. Holy shit! Never mind. I take it back. When I was shooting. I was using that ult in the training arena with a tank. So of course it didn't do really well. But yeah. He's dead! He's dead!
Objectives activated.
Oh, I tried to get him away from our boy. Hell yeah. Who did I just tether that to? Oh, don't tether to the right guy, finally! Finally! I don't think I'm using my tether well. I am just trying to I don't know how to put it, I'm playing kind of like a weird DPS kind of thing with just your range. Again, consistent damage, which is almost guaranteed. Who would have thought is way more worth it than anything else? Oh, Maeve, he gave you away. Nope, gave it to the wrong person. I was looking at that, but I guess I was locked on the wrong person. Get Maeve, get Maeve, get Maeve, get Maeve, get Maeve. Didn't mean to do that. So give me all that. Soak it up. Yeah. Hell yeah. This is nuts. Now I think I'm just with a good team. Like this Kulov and etc. is pretty nuts. Using his abilities in tandem, doing real good. Oh, I could pull you out. Oh, I didn't have enough time. Didn't have enough time to. Does look like C. is what we want. Don't know if that was really worth it, guys. I feel like this is, well, they're gonna go cap that point, which is far more beneficial.
Activated.
Woohoo! Ooh, if there's a train coming, then I'm dead. Ooh, that was, yeah. I unfortunately, I used my ability as a move fast ability, which killed me for that, because that I think can do that. So if someone's summoning something and you basically check them with your surge, that movement ability, it will knock them out of it. So weird. I chose wrong, basically.
Alright guys, keep your eyes on MEKKO right here, right? We push him into the tracks and then boom!
Yeah, I melted there. I'm not sure if that was the best call. Probably not. I mean, I think maybe I should probably back up and just put a tether on someone, making them be able to take more damage. I mean, they did win the encounter, so at least there's that. Oh, I put it on the right person finally. Oh, I need to put that on there. Just gonna pop over here, get some healing. Trying to give you as much as I can. Oh, well done, my friend. Well done, you. Yeah, he even played. He made to do that. What he was specifically trying to do that. Oh, cool. I can stay with you. That was pretty great. He specifically waited to do that. We did it! Holy shit, okay. I think I was really much better in the beginning than I was at the end there. What was everything like? I got some good points, stats. I got 20 kills, baby, 10k damage. How much healing or tanking? Damage taken 5,000 more than everybody else. Well, maybe not for Kulov, but Kulov is basically a tank with his weird healing. Anyways, oh my back. It's so weird because I feel like it's dangerous with this character because how do I put it? It's almost like with them doing the whole thing as an advanced character, they almost make it so that you can do, they increase the skill window. What I mean by that is you can do some tanking, more or less. You can do some healing. You can do some support. You can also do some damage, and you can do everything is eligible. Not as much as other characters may have, but because you have that vast variety of things, you can be in a split second choose to be a tank, and then another split second choose to be a really helpful support, and then in another instance you can just be even more. Using your abilities in tandem to give you a greater advantage. So if I put my life steal thing on the ground, that'll give me greater sustain with even if my bubble's not up, you know? And as of the take damage to power up your power-ups, yes, some of them I could see not being as good. Like again, when you put down that life steal aura, and if you activate one of your abilities in tandem with that, or one of your power-ups, it makes it so it reduces healing by the enemy team. So theoretically that's really good, but it isn't when the radius for that is so narrow and weak. It's just not big. So I find that's a little bit less good to use your power up on. Maybe when you get to super end game level play and you can really communicate with your allies, okay, I'm going to push in with Surge instead of using it as a get off my healer ability or a leave ability, and then I'm gonna drop that with a power up. That way you guys, it will basically stop this stupid annoying healer that is just so good at playing a healer. We're gonna basically take away his ability to heal and just focus him down. That strat could be really well, which to me is where the advanced play comes in, is because each ability can be very useful, but in completely different scenarios. But where I think your power up should be used is definitely in your leech, your life tether. Your life tether to your allies, hold down your bubble, and you basically give them a shit ton of armor. That way, If an enemy's in too deep, you can do that. The only thing that I would suggest, or I wouldn't not suggest, I would like it, if when you have a tether onto someone, you can maybe like double tap RT to put the bubble on them, because you have to activate it before it's up. So you almost have to like use your ability as a like, okay, this person's getting focused and about to be melted down, let me quickly give him a little bit more than just 40% less damage. But not only that, but it incentivizes you to bulldoze almost, because I believe that bubble on him counts as your bubble, so you end up gaining more power up with him getting damage taken from that armored bubble. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that character is nuts, especially if you're like me, who's a weirdo who plays almost every character. Like, I play a lot of tank, I like playing a lot of support. Support's probably my favorite, which is why I think we were doing pretty well in the beginning, because I took more of a support perception of it all, whereas there were moments there where I was trying to like be a damage dealer, like use Surge to kind of push everyone around, but I feel like I was way better at using Surge to like knock enemies out of their high damage attacks or just attack things, like Granny tried to use life drain, and I just rammed into her and it knocked her back, which stopped her leech. Same thing when she uses her big bubble. I felt like that's what I was doing at the beginning, and then finally I was waiting for one of my allies to go in. But again, that was one of the things I kept complaining about, is I think your tether is based on where your character's placement is. So basically, if my character happens to be like spinning around to like focus on something, his tether will lock onto the person where he's facing, not where my camera is looking, which is annoying. So there was multiple times there where I was like, oh, I see that our katana guy, what's his name, Demon is in deep and about to die. Now, with that being said, he does have like a what do you call it, a stealth ability, but still, I wanted to throw my tether onto him and I couldn't, or I did, and it locked on to Nidhoggen right beside me, because I was turning around when I was shooting, and it managed to face that way and it hit him. So that's a bit annoying. You'd like it to like probably go for the person where you're shooting, because you're probably, as soon as you see one of your allies about to die, you're shooting at the enemy trying to kill him, and then you could throw your tether onto him and pull him back if you wanted. But it does feel like you kind of need to disengage, stop shooting, look at where you want, and then activate it, and hopefully you get the person you want. Although enemies can just get on top of each other, and it's based on who is closest to you, which is annoying, because if anyone's good at this game, they'll see that their ally's getting focused and try to go help him, which is usually in direct line of sight of you, so you end up like tethering the wrong person. But and his ult, yeah, I thought his ult was pretty shit, or not pretty shit, but like I thought it was good at pushing people back and being an environmental thing. But then there were some moments where it was doing like really good damage, and then other moments where it was doing nothing. So I don't know if it's like just character's health pool that's different. Like using that on a tank will do almost nothing, but using that on like a little DPS will just melt them in seconds, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, one thing that is evident, like this is the only thing that character would need for me to make him like a really, really viable tank, is he's a tank that has range. And I cannot stress enough how insane range is. It's so consistent. And it's good to have, like, for instance, there we had Kuliv in that team, range person, also a really good healer and a support, etc. And Nidhoggen. Now, Nidhoggen is I think, like, he can survive in that instance. Honestly, if like Nidhoggen ran with me, I could see that being really good too, because Nidhoggen's whole thing is he can get on top of people, do a lot of damage, but other than that, he's pretty fucked. But if I put a bubble on him and he's taking like half less damage, now Nidhoggen can play. Like now he can stay in the fight. Not only that, but I stick down my aura, so I use Surge to get in there and maybe knock enemies around a little bit, and then I drop my my lifesteal, like AoE thing. Nidhoggen is a lot of damage, and that's pure lifesteal. Not even like you have to, and also he has the ability to lifesteal, so that could be really, really insane. But my point is that as long as you have like this consistent damage that's happening to enemies' health bar, and then you want to introduce a sprinkle of like some melee DPS, then that can actually really work, because it's like you're at the very least. What I feel is when an enemy's about to die, they run, and that's where melee fucking just cries and falls apart. Whereas, if you have me or Kuliv just sitting there throwing little plucks at him, then that's eventually going to melt him down. As long as you did most of the work, we can get them to the end. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that character is fucking nuts. Love him to pieces. So cool. I also love that he's a cute little little dolphin that is like this fucking, sounds like a giant shredded Japanese man, which is amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it. It is wonderful, lovely. I definitely want to make a part 2. By the way, I will probably try to rush this video before the hundreds, or not hundreds, like 20 or something videos of us covering every character, which we have done. I just had to upload them all. But I will probably try to rush this one because this is the newest thing, and as well as this is a new character for you guys to play with, and oh boy is he good. And it terrifies me to know when someone masters him. Like, that's gonna be nuts, because again, he like can be everything pretty well, like almost as well as other things, you know, which is maybe a bit too much, but we'll see. I don't think it's that too much, honestly. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button below me, as well as 2 videos to my right, I think, maybe, or left, wherever it is. Cool. Bye. Also, if you like the video or anything like that, I extra appreciate you. Cool. So I always like to say that. Bye.